Welcome back to Dasmatron Motorcycle Trips, and let's get straight back into it. So it's day 3. I'm leaving Fort William for the Isle of Skye. I've never been there before, so I'm really looking forward to it. One tip as regards booking accommodation, I've mostly used Airbnb. When you look at the pictures of the accommodation, make sure to look at the access to the property and whether there is somewhere safe to store the bike overnight. I hasten to add though, throughout my tour of Scotland, a lot of people did tell me that the bike would be safe and that I was now in Scotland, not England. The accommodation last night in Fort William, I'll quickly show you before I set off. Again, I used Airbnb. The place had a few steps up to the attic, but it was only 5 minutes away from the town centre. It was a room only and cost £68. Nice shower there. This is all I need for today, some antiperspirant and a nice coffee to get me going in the morning. And look at this view over Fort William there. Right, let's get going. Skye, here we come. Day 3. Here we go, another coach of tourists. I've not seen that many. Okay, it's the back end of May, but the lady from the B&B says this is where the season starts, the back end of April, beginning of May. It starts to get rammed. So I don't know the name of the lake or the loch, but I've got to go around the top head of it and then that way towards the west coast and to Mallaig in the ferry. What time is it now? It's 9:30. I've got to be there for 12 o'clock, so I've got ample times. So other than going into the town centre in Fort William last night, I'm not going to be seeing too much of the town because it's really just an overnight stop as I travel on to Mallaig. Hey, look at this little sidecar, Lambretta sidecar. You don't see many of those, do you? Look at that. Cool. What a way to travel. Ah, Mallaig, look. It's actually on the billboard there. The A830. Feels like I'm abroad. What's the temperature? 13 degrees at 9:30 in the morning. 47 miles to Mallaig from Fort William, it says. So good start. A lot of the, look, no vacancies. No vacancies. A lot of the B&Bs are all saying no vacancies. Quite surprised. I didn't think the season really started until, you know, the end of May. And I think it's the 30th today of April in this little mini heat wave. Right, okay, I'm going to turn off and turn back on when we get to the port, and I'll show you what the ferry crossing's like. Goodbye Fort William. I've had to turn the cameras back on, guys, because I wanted to show you that from Fort William to the port of Mallaig, which I'm on now, I think it was 45 miles, something like that, but the road is just stunning. And I've just gone past another loch there, and I tried to stop for a photo opportunity, but there was, I would have liked somebody to have taken a photo of me, because it would have made a great sort of thumbnail for a video. But it's more a case that wherever you go, there's photo opportunities for a backdrop of stunning scenery. It looks like I'm just climbing up again now, but yeah, that section there, look, around that edge of the river was gorgeous. I thought I've got to turn the camera on and show you guys. And look, the road's empty. National speed limit, so 60 mile an hour. I've been plodding along at 50 mile an hour because it's just been so therapeutic, and it's got a magical mystery about it, because when you're going past the lakes or the lochs, they're perfectly still, and you can see the reflection of the mountains in the background, so it's just mysterious, and it's just very therapeutic, and it's got a calming effect. You don't want to rush and steam past. You just admire the view, and it's just fantastic. Fourth time filling up, and this is the port of Mallaig, little petrol station here. And I've had a little bit of a nightmare here because I pulled up and I couldn't get the petrol cap open. It's been a bit fiddly for a while. I mean, I've just got over half a tank, and I thought I'd fill up, as that chap, Tom I think his name was, said, if you ever see a petrol station, even if it's just £5 worth, always fill up to the top of the tank. This kind gentleman here's brought a screwdriver out for me and some oil, and we just oiled the mechanism there, and it seems to be freed it up a little bit, so I'm just hoping I'm not going to have any more problems. Not got faith in that now. 4 years old, the bike. Maybe things are starting to go wrong because it's getting old now. But there we go. There's a cafe over there, so I'm going to get a bite to eat before I catch the ferry. All's now going to plan. I've managed to fill the tank up. It's about 11:30. Time for brunch after the enjoyable ride to Mallaig. Then I ride over to the harbour to check in for the ferry to Skye.
Yeah, for one, we've got tidals, which makes the boats can only sail at certain times. My last sailing hour was 10:15. The next one's 5:15.
Because I did originally book the.
When did you book it?
Last week. So I booked the 5 o'clock, and then a message saying that it was full up, and the closest one they could do was 1:15. 1 o'clock.
I was absolutely right. I'd booked it for 1 o'clock, but the next day. So I popped into the office and managed to change the next day's ticket for today's sailing at 5 o'clock. But that would mean hanging around for 5 hours.
So I thought rather than hang around for 5 hours in Mallaig, which is a nice little village actually, I just had a bit of breakfast, I'll drive around to the bridge of Skye, or the Skye Bridge. It's quite far actually. A good 3 hours ride, going back inland, heading north and west again to get onto the Skye Bridge. I think that's the best thing because the weather forecast is the best today in terms of sunny weather and warm. There might be a little bit of rain tomorrow, so I'm going to do that. Right, let's head back round to the Skye Bridge. Driving past the Commando Memorial, and so there should be one as well. Let's have a little drive in and have a look. Pay my respects for the people that the veterans that gave their lives so we could enjoy our freedom.
The 17 feet tall bronze Commando Memorial is a listed monument in Lochaber, Scotland, dedicated to the men of the original British Commando forces raised during World War II. It is one of Scotland's best known monuments both as a war memorial and as a tourist attraction, offering views of Ben Nevis and Annoch Moor. United We Conquer is inscribed around the top of the stone plinth, whilst the original plaque on the stone plinth reads, "In memory of officers and men of commandos who died in the Second World War, 1939-1945, this country was their training ground." The location of the monument was chosen because it's on the route from Skye Bridge railway station to the former Commando Training Centre at nearby Annacary Castle. Arriving prospective commandos would disembark after a 14-hour journey, load their kit bags onto waiting trucks and then speed march the 7 miles to the training centre in full kit with weapon, weighing a total of 36 pounds. Anyone not completing it within 60 minutes was immediately RTU'd, returned to their unit.
Not far away now from the Skye Bridge. Option 2 to get onto the Isle of Skye. But look at the views on the way. Fantastic. This building coming up is Arlene Doonan Castle on the left here, so we'll have to have a stop and have a little picture. So So I'm just going to have a little ride in and a ride out again, if you don't mind, because it's 25 past 2, and there we go, there's the Island, not sure how you pronounce it, Island Doonan Castle. Beautiful, very nice. Hiya. Tourist centre here. Make sure the camera's rolling. Just have a little. There we go. How's that? Beautiful. No doubt you can pay a few pounds to go and have a walk round. I'm going to head back out again. Thank you. He was friendly enough. I think I went into the bus section, but he was just going to say, "Oh, bike is over there," but I just wanted to get a closer shot of Island Doonan Castle. There we go, that's that. Here's the night shot now. Here we go. Let's stand up, Dara, stand up. Look at that for a view. Wow. As Itchy Boots would say, welcome Isle of Skye. Isle of Skye, welcome. Some stickers on there. Oh, it's a little roundabout right at the end. Right, so I've got planned in on the sat nav. So this is going around the sort of the eastern coast of Skye, as you can see here now on the eastern side. I am now going to go straight to the Airbnb, dump some of the stuff, and then head out again. I may go to the ferry pools. I thought I'd turn the camera on the way to the Airbnb on the Isle of Skye, because some of this scenery is unbelievable again. A bit like Glen Cove, but it's not one straight long road with all the mountains either side. As you can see, we're going up a bit of a sort of long hairpin round and then up to the side of this mountain here. The road surface on Skye is fantastic as well, as it's been in Scotland so far. Just the odd little bit of potholes here and there, but 95% of it's fantastic. Seems to be every bend that you go around there's a new spectacular majestic viewpoint. Like, look at this, for example. Just come round that corner and here we go, we've got another couple of mountains. Spectacular. Look at that. One nice thing that I've not seen is wind harvesting. There's no windmills anywhere, considering it's very windy on the island.
So after around 3.5 hours and the mishap at the port, I finally reached Fiskevig and my accommodation for 2 nights. I paid a lot for this one as it was the only one I could find last minute. It was a big hit at £340, but it was very nice and obviously included breakfast. Still early 20s temperature wise. Might just have to jump in. Oh, look at you also. Go on, DMT, jump in. We'll see. The ferry pools are a series of natural pools and waterfalls in Glen Brittle at the foot of the Cullen Mountains. Now a popular tourist hotspot, attracting up to 200,000 visitors a year on the island. The pools are a vivid aqua blue and are a popular place for wild swimmers who brave the frigid waters. There are no records of tiny winged mythical creatures, but there is a more sinister historical fact of a battle between the Skye's MacLeod and MacDonald clans more than 420 years ago, whereby after the bloody battle the rivers ran red with blood and tartan.
So I've just left the ferry pools and it feels like I'm chasing the sunset. There she is, and she's going down that way in front of me. So I'm going towards the northwest of the island, and there's a place there where apparently it's a really good vantage point to get the sunset. It's an hour's riding, so I'm conscious of the fact it's going to be an hour back, so I probably won't get back to the B&B till about 9 o'clock. What a day! Well, the road doesn't get more remote than this, and as I say that, there's a van coming. He's stopping for me. Cheers buddy, thank you. Look at that for a view. I've caught up with the sunset. That is lovely, beautiful.
I then rode the short distance to the end of the road where clearly a lot of roadworks were under construction. As I drew closer to the most westerly point of Skye, called Neist Point, it was clear lots of other people had already turned up for the sunset. To get to the lighthouse you have to walk the final section over the hill to the lighthouse, which you couldn't see from this road. Two things changed my mind to stop. The sky was clouding up and the thought of everyone leaving at the same time and getting stuck behind several vehicles on the single track road with passing places wasn't appealing. Plus it had been getting dark and there were some patchy spots and potholes in this area. So wisely I forfeited the sunset and took the road back to the B&B.
I'm going to have a nice hot bath. I've had a really good day. I'm cream crackered. It's 20 to 8. And what did we do today?
So at the end of day 3 we've got 268 miles ridden, over nearly 7 hours in the saddle, and a total of £215 spent on fuel, accommodation and food. In the next episode, day 4, I tour the island, seeing some more beautiful sights along with the capital Portree, and find out there's an even better sunset I can get all to myself.